Welcome back to Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans. I'm Steven, and tonight, whenever the heck you're watching this, we are getting into not one, but two reviews today. Today we are reviewing still Austin Straight Bourbon Whiskey, the Musician, as well as their cask strength rendition. I'm super excited for today's review. I know I say that nowadays quite a bit, but when I do a review more often than not nowadays, it's something I'm super excited to review, so it is what it is. Today, we are getting into two Texas bourbons that are completely brand new to me. I have yet to try either of these, and I'm super excited because, well, I really enjoy Texas whiskey. I've had some not so great bourbons and I've had some pretty solid bourbons. So I'm very excited to get into these. Today we're reviewing both the non-cask strength and the cask strength rendition of Still Austin's bourbons. They're all 70% corn, 25% rye, and 5% malted barley. It's all locally sourced Texas grain. So it's all local Texas corn, Texas rye, Texas barley that they use to make them. And I believe both of these are 2 years old. 2 years old. Yeah, both of these are 2 years old. This non-cask strength rendition, the Musician, which, let's be honest, like, that's some dope artwork. Like, I don't know which one I like more, like the Starry Night rendition or the, daytime one. But honestly, like, that's some pretty cool artwork, not gonna lie. But so the non-cask strength rendition is 49.2% ABV. Cask strength is 118. Both of these are 2-year-old local Texas bourbon, sourced from Texas by Texas. The non-cask strength rendition is $40 and the cask strength rendition is $70. So $40 non-cask strength edition. Let's go ahead and get on to that one on the nose. It's dried fruits and like dark oak, milk chocolate, toasted marshmallow, graham cracker. There's a fruit note, almost like a pear going on in there. Yeah, it's like a pear, like a white cherry. Yeah, pears, white cherries, toasted oak, caramel, graham crackers, a little toasted marshmallow, and then some nice like caramel all the way throughout. Little bit of like a rye spice, like a cinnamon spice going on. It's very sweet, very, very sweet. I'm digging on that chocolate note. That chocolate note from the s'mores is really, really good with the white cherry pear note, like pears and chocolate. Such a solid note. Yeah, it's very, very inviting. Let's go ahead and get on the palate. Wow, I like them. It's very like chocolate, peanut butter, buttery popcorn, cinnamon, toasted oak, little bit of cherries, not very fruity. The nose, it's a little bit lighter, more like fruit forward, more inviting. And then the palate, it gets really, really dark and kind of bready, almost like a coffee cake with like a buttercream frosting on the palate. And like a heavy amount of cinnamon. There's a lot of cinnamon. And like a slight like amaretto cherry. Yeah, it's like an amaretto cherry. And finishes, it's very chocolate and coffee on the finish. Finishes for a pretty wild time. Whew, I like this. I like this a lot. What to grade it? So $40. I would say it's a solid B+. I think it's really good. It's very Texas, very dark forward, but it's very enjoyable. Going back on the nose, it's more fruity, kind of like almost like tropical fruits, kind of like almost like a pineapple, a little bit of like pineapple, blueberry, white cherries. Kind of like a peach. It's very fruity on the nose now. And then on the palate, it's that coffee cake, cinnamon, vanilla frosting, and an amaretto cherry. That's very enjoyable. This is really good for $40. $40 is an insane price. If I lived in Austin, I would be buying this all the time. $40 for a bourbon this complex and interesting. At 2 years old, nonetheless, like, I like this. I like this a lot. Let's go ahead and get on the cask strength version, which again, this is 118 proof, so it's packing a little bit more of a wallow. It's still the same stats though, with that 70% corn, 25% rye, and then 5% malted barley. It's just at 118 proof, and it is $70. Ooh. Brown sugar. This is super heavy brown sugars. This nose got way more intense. It's so much brown sugar, cherries, blueberries, and like bready toastiness. Kind of reminds me of if you made a cherry / blueberry pie and then dumped a bunch of brown sugar on it. There's a nice like clove note in there as well. It's very, very sweet too. That brown sugar, it's dense like brown sugar, molasses, that baking spice like a clove, a cinnamon, blueberry, cherries, red apple skins. It's so sweet though. It's insanely sweet. Like, it's a weird marriage of like insane sweetness, spiciness, and like fruitiness. This nose is extremely complex. Let's go ahead and get on the palate. Wow, it's very, very sweet. Sweet syrup, a little bit of like a nuttiness, some cherries, a little bit of like almost like an almond note going on in there. It's very buttered toast. Again, buttered toast, a little bit of blueberry jelly, and like a small little dusting of like cinnamon and like nuttiness going on in there. And it kind of finishes into like a oak, vanilla spice. Like it's like a sweet oak and like a cinnamon type spice. It's very, very fun. It's so buttery. It's insane buttery. A nice like apricot, blueberry, and cherry preserve on buttered toast. That finishes into an extremely sweet oak and spice. I like it. I like it a lot. I like both of these a lot. For $70 though, do I like it $70? I'm gonna have to go B+ on this one as well. I think both of these solid. If I'm gonna go overall, I think both of these are solid B+. They're fantastic. This is Texas whiskey done right. This is really, really good. And at 2 years old, this stuff is fantastic. Super dark. I like the cask strength one a lot better, but again, it is double or almost double the price of the normal one. So, but I think it's well worth the $70. So if you're someone who is into Texas whiskey or someone who can get Texas whiskey and you live in Texas and you have the availability to purchase these, do so. Still, Austin is making some wonderful, wonderful bourbons. Overall, these bourbons are really, really good and they're priced well, because honestly, most of Texas whiskey is priced kind of wild. So it's nice to see a cask strength Texas whiskey that's priced appropriately. I really appreciate that. That's freaking awesome. But if you like this content, please do us a favor. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys thought about this video. Let me know what you guys think about these Still Austin bourbons. I personally like them a lot, and I can't wait to get a little bit more into them after the neck pour's gone. Also, check out the Instagram, Facebook, and the Patreon. The link for that is down there below. We appreciate y'all for all your support. Cheers, y'all. We'll see you later.